Everybody, you already know what time it is. It's time for the Purpose Conversation. I am Juva Threet Alexander, the host of this oh so amazing podcast, and I haven't seen you guys in a few weeks. So I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome back to the Purpose Conversation. I am so excited tonight. I am so excited to share with you a very special guest that I have. And anyway, happy Black History Month. I know that we haven't chatted and seen each other. We haven't chatted and seen each other in a minute. So, I just want to say welcome and happy Black History Month. And y'all go ahead and start inviting some people in. Come on in, come on in, come on in to the room, and we're gonna have this oh so amazing time. So y'all know how it's always been for at least for the past few years. Every year I do something where I am highlighting amazing people during Black History Month. Now it started out as, I just started showcasing all of these, and I hate to say it, but all of these oh so amazing dope people that are in my family. And I was like, oh my gosh, there are so many entrepreneurs and so many people doing so many amazing things. And I just started showcasing, and I was like, there were so many amazing people. I could literally highlight somebody every single day in February. Probably could do a month of February's. And so that just kind of got it started. And people were like, hey, this is kind of cool. And they were excited. And my family was excited. And I tell you, we've just kind of done some of everything. We kind of supported each other. And you guys have even seen a few of my cousins and things on some of the shows, different people that I highlighted. So I did that one year, and then another year I started highlighting, just y'all know, all of y'all, my purpose friends. I had know some amazing people, so I started highlighting them too, and it was pretty awesome, and the feedback was great. And then I got quite a few people that were like, "Oh, I want to do this," and so that's basically what it is that we did. And so this February, you haven't seen me kind of come in here and do anything. And I know y'all are probably like, well, maybe some of y'all are like, what's up? Juva normally has something amazing going on every February, and people look forward to it. Well, I know some of y'all have been doing it because people have reached out or they sent me messages. Hey, what about your Black History stuff? You're not doing that this month. Well, I thought I'd do it a little differently, because instead of highlighting somebody every single day like I was doing, or every single week like I had been doing, I figured, you know what, you know, because this is season 3 of the Purpose Conversation, I'm going to just do things a little bit differently. And I wanted to highlight and talk to and have a real purpose conversation with somebody that is connected to the culture. Somebody that's not just connected to the culture, but to me, my hashtag last February was, he is Black history, or she is Black history, because we are Black history, honey. Don't get it twisted. But it was just kind of impressed upon me, this particular guest, and you've seen the promos. Many of you know him, especially if you are within the CSRA and CSRA North Augusta. Y'all stand up and let's support, okay? But I've known this person. I've known my guest, Derrick. I've known Derrick Turner for a long time. And he is from the CSRA, or he lived in the CSRA, and I was there. And anyway, over the years, we all grow up and we all get grown and we all start doing things, and we all connect on the various social media sites. Well, I connected with him too. I followed him, he followed me back, and well, I don't know who's followed who first, but anyway, we're all in the CSRA, so we all just kind of connect and support one another. But I am so connected to purpose. And when I see people in their element, absolutely just kind of like doing their thing, I am just drawn to it. I'm just drawn to purpose. So, with all of that being said, Derrick is he is an entrepreneur. He is oh my gosh, he is making history. I definitely know that he's making history. Definitely there in North Augusta in the CSRA. I follow him. I look forward to his early morning post at like 5 a.m. and we're gonna chat about it. And I love the way that he has such a hustler's mindset. And he's a pretty dope guy, and I cannot wait for all of you that do not know him to meet him. And he is going to join us on a call here. So if you would, I want you to give a drum roll, please, and a round of applause. And invite some people in. Click like, click share, share this broadcast. But I want you to welcome none other than Derrick Turner. Derrick, hello. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. I can see you. Y'all, he's in the building. He's in the building. 1 second here. Let me bring him on. Let me bring you on the stage. Hey!
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? I guess you can hear me okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I want to say thank you for your yes. And I tell you, I can't even do you justice explaining who you are. And I don't even think you understand how motivational, how encouraging, and how you push me and you help me to think outside the box. And I want to dive into all of that. But first of all, for those that do not know, first of all, Derrick, say hey to my purpose friends, because I see some people watching.
Hello, purpose friends.
Okay, so for those that do not know, Derrick is the owner. He's the founder, the owner, the CEO, the man in charge. They're at the Culture Shoppe located in uh, North Augusta, South Carolina. Derrick, for those that do not know you, could you tell us who is Derrick Turner?
You pretty much summed it up. I am the owner, the CEO, the founder, the worker, everything of the Culture Shoppe. I'm a North Augusta High School graduate. Graduated from HBCU Benedict College here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes.
Just all about entrepreneur right now, living in my purpose.
I absolutely love it. And you know what? Speaking of purpose, because we're definitely going to talk purpose, but what is the Culture Shoppe?
The Culture Shoppe is, the name pretty much defines it. We deal with everything culture for everybody. It's a definition. We try to introduce different parts of the world to people who wouldn't experience it anywhere else. So we deal in herbs, jewelry, gemstones, books, healthcare products, in a natural form, all organic. So we do just about things to connect our community, consciously connecting culture.
Consciously connecting culture. And you know what? I can't say I haven't seen anything like that in North Augusta, period. And that's why I said you are making history. You are absolutely making history. When you say that you are a man that's living in your purpose, what does purpose look like to you? What does it mean to you?
purpose to me, first you gotta go over all the bumps and the stumbles and all of that to find your purpose. So living in my purpose is getting up every day doing something that I love to do.
Ooh.
You can work a job for 30 or 40 years, but that don't mean you like going to that job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait till you touch on the 5 o'clock in the morning thing, but that's part of my purpose.
Okay. Now, for those that don't know, because I had to ask you about the 5 o'clock thing, because I am an early bird and I am usually up pretty early. And one of the things that I will do after I kind of do some little, do my own thing, my personal time there with God and meditate and stuff like that, I'll check through social media. I think everybody probably does. And I always see bright and early. I'm like, oh my gosh, what time is Derrick getting up? He's early bird too. What is he doing? And it's always something just quick and simple, and it hits. It hits every time. And you're telling us good morning. What is this whole 5 a.m. about?
So the 5 a.m. come about, I read a lot of books, and they call that the millionaire hour.
The millionaire hour.
You get your exercise, your reading, your meditation, your praying. You get all of that out the way before you get your day started. And that's how you start pursuing your purpose. A lot of people have to be to work at 8 o'clock. They get up at 7:30 and just shoot out the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when they do that, they really hadn't settled down within themselves to get ready for what they about to go and do with the rest of the world. So when you get up at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever your hour is, and you go through your daily steps to prepare yourself for the outside, they give you a sense of peace and purpose.
You know what? I can, and since I have been intentional about the 5 o'clock hour, the millionaire hour, I found that, you know what? I am connected a little bit more to my day. Even if it's just the things that I need to accomplish for the day, or trying to put some things together. So I love the millionaire, the millionaire hour. Is that what you call? Is that what you call it?
Right.
Well,
right.
Shoot. I love that millionaire hour, because it is an hour, because I think you said that there's like so many minutes that's dedicated for the exercise. And for me, lately I can't do a whole lot of exercise, but I've been stretching, which is really good, which is really good for me, stretching. And and then of course, just, the reading. And sometimes the reading has even been incorporated with some of the social media, or some of the things that I'm just kind of, researching and things like that. Because I find I'm a reader, period. So I'm always reading something. And I absolutely. Where did you get this from? Where did this come from? The millionaire hour, and the whole mindset that you have. You are just so you are so conscious, and you are so intentional about yourself and about your space, and I just see all of that.
Well, that come about with time, and when you get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over, you have to figure out a way to make it work for you. So the 20-something, almost 30 years that I worked for somebody else, I was never living in my purpose. I was just doing what they call American dream. Get up, go to work every day, get a paycheck, pay your bills, and repeat every 2 weeks. Somebody pay you, they tell you what they feel you worth, and I'm gonna give you an extra 50 cents for what you did all this year. Oof. And that wasn't sitting right with me after a while. So I went out and found my purpose. I started reading, I started listening to people. I put myself in a different circle of people who was moving in the way I wanted to go, and surrounded myself with those type of people. And they started giving me the literature and stuff that I need to read to elevate me. And that's when I started coming across stuff like the Millionaire's Hour, and what you need to be doing in these hours, and why you need to set you a time to go to sleep and wake up, even though I really don't sleep according to them 7 or 8 hours. But once I started putting that stuff in practice, it started working, and that's how I started coming across my purpose and finding myself really.
Okay. And so I know that you said that you work for other people for years, and a lot of us are doing it. A lot, unfortunately, a lot of, well, I won't say unfortunately because it works for it works for some, but it, I, I guess I like to say there ain't nothing like your own to me. But being everybody isn't necessarily meant to be an entrepreneur. But when you realize that, hey, especially when I sat back and I really thought about it, I was like, okay, the traditional 9 to 5, if you get paid twice a month, you know, on the 15th and the end of the month, or the first and the end of the month, or whatever, you're getting paid 24 times a year. 24 times a year. That just seems insane. And I know it's not necessarily all about money, but it's about being fulfilled. And I don't know about you. Well, I know you work hard, but for me, the way that I'm thinking, I'm a hard worker. I'm going to put 100% in there every single time. But it gets to be a little, I don't know. You start second guessing and thinking like, okay, I'm going hard and I'm working hard and I'm this type of person, which is great. But you are being loyal and faithful and dedicated and hardworking to this company. And you know what? In the blink of an eye, honestly, you can have a layoff, you can have anything to happen, and it's not yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
Right. So I can see, I understand how it gets to be tiring, and especially when it's something that's inside of you, and you know that it has to be something more. I'm assuming that's probably where you were when you maybe started the culture shop. How did you come upon jumping in here and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up this shop, and this is what I want. This is who I'm going to, these are the people that I'm going to serve, you know. So how long has this been? How long have you been how long has the culture shop been in operation, and how did you just start it?
Well, I've been in operation for 6 years now. The starting of it was, like I say, the 9 to 5 and all of that. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 if that's you, and you can definitely make ends meet with the 9 to 5 if you apply yourself and do what you need to do. And just for me, it got to a point to where it was at an end. Once you start trying to do stuff and you see that you qualified, and it's still all kind of hurdles they want you to take and all this and that. So the cultural shop, it was stuff that I had been around, going to previous places and traveling and stuff like that. And I had to get back my mind. I worked retail for a while, for years and years. And one thing about working a job, I learned to definitely give 110% while I was there, and also get all the information on how the business operates.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah.
I worked for Sam's Club for almost 13 years. And at the time, that's the largest company in the world dealing with Walmart. So I took a lot from that company while I was there. So it wasn't nothing. I knew I could run a retail shop. The only hurdle you have is the money. But after I left there, I went and worked for another company for 10 years. And I think the day after my 10-year anniversary, I turned in my 2-week notice to go start my own business.
I tell you, that takes courage. That takes a whole lot of faith. And I love the fact that you learned from those businesses, because that's so important, because this is what you do. And that I absolutely love that. Let me ask you this, because sometimes we have mentors, and they're unaware that there are mentors. Is there anybody that's within your line of business, do you have a mentor now, or is there anybody specifically that you kind of look up to, or not necessarily somebody that you're emulating or anything like that, but I believe that that we all have a mentor, or we should have a mentor, and maybe different areas of our lives. Who's
Oh
your
yeah,
mentor?
absolutely. Actually, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be there now. So me and my mentor meet every Monday night.
Okay.
And to be honest, to make it, especially when you take on a role like this, it's really an outlet that has somebody who you can go talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the same field as you, you run across obstacles. Every day is not how you want them to be. So sometimes you gotta have somebody you can outlet to, and in reverse, and then everybody I encounter every day in my business is like a mentorship. You learn from everybody you talk to.
Yes.
So I pull in information. I'm very hands-on with my customers. We talk a lot, and I listen a lot. So that's how I learn.
Right. And I can say this. I appreciate that you connect with your customers and that it's done from a real, genuine place. And it doesn't matter what the product is, because I know that I've reached out to you about a product, and I've sent my daughter your way, and I'll be real honest. My daughter, she absolutely loves your shop. And I said, you think about, sometimes you don't realize, you may have a mentor, you're unaware, but my daughter looks up to you doing what it is that you do, and she wants to open up a shop, but she doesn't want to do brick and mortar. She wants to open up an online culture shop. So
Right.
yeah, but she absolutely loves your business, and I like the fact that, hey, I reach out to you like, hey, yep, I have this, and this is for this, and this is for that, and you explain what it is. And you don't always get that, you know what I mean? Sometimes people just open up a business, but they're not connected to their people. And so I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate that about your business.
Well, I think the thing is, the way a small business like mine survive is when you go to Walmart or somewhere, you gotta understand that you're shopping for a product or a purpose. So see, when you go to Walmart, those people, they're employees. So yeah, they can show you what the product is, but can they explain to you what the product is for?
Ooh.
And see, that's why I have to spend a lot of time learning the product. Like, there's nothing you can come in my store and I don't know about.
Right.
And if it's something I have in it that I don't know about, when you call me the next day, I'm gonna have all the information that you need about that product. But you're not gonna get that somewhere where somebody's just a worker and they just merely getting paid for their time.
Right.
They don't get paid to tell you what a product is or what it's for, or what you can do with it, why it's gonna benefit you. They just get paid to show up. And when you become an entrepreneur, sometimes the 9 to 5, you got to understand, as long as you punch in, you're going to get a check.
Right.
Being an entrepreneur, you got to figure out how to make the check.
That is true. That is true.
Knowing what you're doing, knowing your product, building a relationship with your customers. Your biggest advertisement and marketing is word of mouth. So once people have faith in you and they trust and believe in you and they know you're true to what you're doing, everything else gonna work out.
I love that. So does your mentor also have like a particular business too?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I love that. Because it is the culture shop and you're connecting cultures and you're doing things. One of the things that I saw that you did, and it was something that I actually asked you about, that wanted to see if I could do it, but you have all types of things in your shop. And you actually had one of my really good friends, and he was actually here on the Purpose Conversation a while back ago. But you allowed him to come into, you opened up the shop and allowed him to do his, to sell some of his books and to do book signing. Am I right? Did you do that with Cleve? Yes. I absolutely love that. So it's like you open up your shop like that to local people to do certain things, or um some sort of vending type of opportunity? How did that come about? And I love Cleve, and he's an absolutely amazing author.
I have a open door policy. I mean, if you're in the community and you're trying to do something, like, you can put it in my shop, and I'm not worried about making money off of your product. But what people have to understand, when you come present something to me and say, hey, I want to put this in your store, would you allow me to have it here? Absolutely, I would allow you to have it there, but I'm not going to sell it for you.
Okay.
I got a store full of merchandise that I got to sell for myself. So if you want to put something in my store, you got to let people know that the product is here. You got to come in sometimes yourself and let people know that you're going to be there. This is what you pushing. Because I can't take the time away from my day to sell your product that I'm allowing you to have in my business. And a lot of people, because you have the space, they want to put their stuff there and want to piggyback off of what you're doing. But that don't build a business person or a sales thing. The thing about business is, first you got to learn business before you can get into it.
Yes.
And a lot of people think just because you open the doors, but you have to introduce people to stuff. So if you bring a product to me and I don't know nothing about your product, I can't sell it for you.
Right. I love that. So for all of you guys that have products and things like that, and you're within the CSRA, and I know how it is, because I have friends that have different. As a matter of fact, I have a friend of mine that's online right now. I call her the Purposepreneur, but she's called the Purposepreneur, Charmaine Bradbury. Charmaine has like a spice line, and her spice line is actually in Walmart right now. But just to think how it would reach another set of audience, another set of people. And when I say her spices are the bomb, her spices are the bomb. And her spices are definitely all about the culture. I mean, because she oh my gosh. So when people are inquiring about putting certain products in your shop, for instance, Charmaine is all the way in Atlanta. If she wanted to get some spices to you, well, of course, Augusta's North Augusta is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. She could come and bring something herself. But how do you do that? Do you work with other entrepreneurs that may have products? Because I have friends all the way in North Dakota that have different things, and they'd like to get it in different shops and things like that. Do you have something in place? Because like you said, you won't necessarily sell it for them.
Well, see, the thing about that is it's a couple of ways you can go about that. That if they have enough product to where they offer the product at wholesale prices to where I can purchase the product from them and put it in my shop, then it's both a win-win situation.
Okay.
Now, if they have product and they don't have enough to supply places like that, I still offer them the opportunity to put it in my shop. But then it becomes the issue as well. Okay, I got to do the person has to do their marketing and advertising to let people know, hey, my stuff is in this location.
Yes.
The business that I buy from personally and sell their product, if it's most of the smaller vendors who have product for wholesale and stuff, as soon as I purchase from them, they add me to their websites or whatever to let people know, hey,
yes,
this business has my product.
Okay.
So it's definitely a connection. Oh, I don't know what happened. I went off.
I don't know, but I still have you here on audio. You can see if you can get back on. I'll just kind of put our promo pictures up in its place.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what happened with the picture, but yeah, but that's what I'm saying. As long as everything in place, we definitely like that's how we build. That's how we become out of a brick and mortar of an online business to a larger scale by working together.
Yes, absolutely. Now you said something that was really, really interesting. You said that you can go in and I think you said, are you selling a product or you getting purpose? What was that you said? Because I'm a quotes girl, and I absolutely love that. I lost it though. What did you say?
No, I said, are you shopping for a product or are you shopping for a purpose? You
Uh
know what I'm saying? Like when you go in there when you go in to purchase something, like how much information do you have on the product that you're purchasing?
okay.
So, for instance, somebody come in and say, okay, well, I'm scared to try sea moss. Like I really don't know what that is. Okay,
Okay.
so when the doctor prescribe you some medicines, some medicines and tell you to go to the pharmacy and pick this medicine up. The medicine tell you, oh, this might cause liver damage, it might cause heart trouble, it might. But do you ever say, well, I don't know what's in that product, I don't want to try that? Do you ever ask them to break down everything that's the ingredients of the pill before you take it? Or you just take the person's word because they say just go take this and it's gonna make that better, but it also might affect this.
Now you already know most of us we take the pill. We take the pill and we don't necessarily kind of ask the questions unless we're in a position where we really truly have to do some research. I totally get that. Oh wow. Yeah. I totally get that. I totally get
Right.
that.
So that's the idea of the product and the purpose. Like you really have to boil down to like where can I actually go and not just shop but have a shopping experience.
Ooh.
Well, you leave with what you came to buy, but you also get a lot more with it. You get a lot of education, even outside of the product, like just general information. Like I have people get on work and come sit in my store. Some people 2 to 3 hours until I close just to be engaged. And, for the energy, we
Oh yeah.
energy, making sure our energy good, making sure the space is comfortable for everybody who come in the space.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that. I'd probably be one of the ones that's just sitting up there coming in and thinking I'm getting a candle or something like that, or some soap or some something, and yeah, and then we'd sit up there and just chat. Wow. Yeah, I love that. So how do what piece of advice would you give to a young person, even like I said, my daughter, she is definitely going to open up her a an online shop. What piece of advice would you give that young person that is striving to do what it is that you're doing, and she's in school, she's learning some stuff, you know, but what piece of advice would you give her, something that you learned, and maybe something that she won't necessarily learn, with under her degree?
Well, first of all, like I said, if that's what you want to do, don't ever give up on what you try to do. But being introduced into it and you just beginning, think of the product you want to sell, research the product, see how popular they are to people. Start off small and build it from there. But the number one thing is learn as much as you can about what you're trying to sell and what you're pushing to the people. The more information you got, the better you can present it, the better you can put it out there, and people just start having trust in you, and they're going to come shop. They're going to let other people know, and you definitely become successful. But never give up. If you know that's in your heart, that's what you want to do. Don't listen to the dream killers. You got to go out there and do it.
That's right. I love that. Don't listen to the dream killers, and go out there and do it. I think one of the main things that you said, to not stop, and you can't. You absolutely can. I think that is yeah. Sometimes we mess it up for ourselves simply because we grow weary with all the challenges, can you tell us of a time where you were kind of like challenged there within your business, and how did you kind of overcome? What did you do?
I mean, of course, my first year of business, I did $9,000.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's a challenge right there. You know, the second year I did 10,000.
Okay.
The end of the second year, I switched locations, and 3 months into that, we go into COVID.
Oh, yes.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
go into COVID, March of 2020. I moved into a new location, November 2019, and I get a letter from the county saying that I'm not essential business. I need to close down.
What?
And there was absolutely no way that I can close down. So I just I stayed open.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So
And
I mean, and that's what that's the number one thing when you talk about a talent. So you got to figure out, like, you started this for a reason. One thing I learned about owning a business, you got to take money out the equation.
okay.
You basically in business to stay in business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you one decision, you can be out of business. So that's another thing about being around people who taught me about assets and how to spend my money on my product, and make sure you got the product in the store, because if you run out of money and don't have no product, you out of business. But you could run out of money and have a store full of product, and you can make some money.
That's true.
You know, so actually, like you say earlier in the conversation, having people that's in business, the right people who going to encourage you and show you the way they became successful, that's a big plus.
It sure is. It
So
sure
with
is.
me, I give out information all the time. Like, it ain't something you hear a lot of people say, I'm for the betterment of my people, and I want you to do good, and I got the key to make you do this. Then they want you to pay them $10,000.
Right. Right.
So if you're trying to help me and you know you got the key to make me do better, why you gonna charge me $10,000?
Right. Right.
You know. So it all come together, and it really tests your faith of are you serious about it? Because I could have easily say, oh man, I made this little bit of money, I'm gonna go back and work me a job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when you believe in yourself and you had trust in yourself, and definitely putting God in your space, like he'll lead you through the way. You just gotta stay there, and that's part of the test.
That's right. That's right. I tell you, one of the things that I am that I really think about a lot is like what it is that you're doing. I think about legacy, leaving a legacy. And I know of one of your sons, or I know of your son. I don't know if you have any other children, but how intentional are you about pouring into your children? Because I see one particular son. I see that he is absolutely freaking amazing. um and I won't sit up there and tell all of his good news and stuff like that, but if you want to share, I'm always drawn to purpose. But how do you pour into your kids like that, in seeing that they are pursuing things that are, how do you encourage them to pursue those things that they're doing? And if you would, I'd like for you to shout him out and just help toot his horn a little bit, because I'm always so drawn to purpose and the creative person. So how are you pouring into your little ones?
Well, I mean, that's the only one I have.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one. But I pour into him by encouraging him to always follow his dream. You know what I'm saying? What your dad doing don't have nothing to do with you. And we have to believe in them.
Yes.
You know, like you saying, your daughter talking about starting a business, like you got to have her back. You know what I'm saying? You got to encourage, you got to let them know that, hey, even when it ain't going the way that you think it's going to go, if that's what you want to do, you got to keep fighting. You got to push it. You got to make it be what you want it to be.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When stuff start going bad, that make it good. You know what I'm saying? And if
Ooh,
you really, really serious about what you're doing, and I mean, you follow me, you know, one of my things is outwork everybody.
yes.
You know,
Outwork everybody.
outwork everybody. I've been driving from Columbia to North Augusta an hour one way and back for the last 6 years, almost every day. But that's for
Wow.
my purpose. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people couldn't do that. They wouldn't want to do that, but I do it for me. So whether my day of 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours day, you know, it's all in my purpose. So I encourage my son to do the same thing. Like, hey, if it's out there, you want it. Don't let nobody tell you no. You go show them that you worthy of doing it and go get it.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And yeah, you do say outwork everybody. And and that's what the heck it is that I try to do. And it's something that I try to instill into my own children too. Outwork everybody. Outwork everybody. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So,
So
all right, let me ask you. Um when you were a little kid though, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I have no idea.
No?
No, because I mean, you got to realize me growing up in North Augusta, I mean, my growing up probably was different from some other people, but I mean, we was in survival mode.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I enrolled in college probably like 3 weeks before college started. That wasn't even on my radar,
Really?
really. You know, I just had a cousin who was like, hey man, I'm going to Benedict College. I said, okay, well I think I'm gonna try to go to it. I never heard of Benedict College in my life. I didn't even know where it was at.
Wow.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
like I say, I mean, I just grew up that you work, you go out, you work, you get a job, you do this, you do that. I mean, in college, that was one of the greatest things I ever did because I was able to build some relationships, and that's what really got me moving around and traveling and seeing different stuff and inspired. But I never like really had a goal like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. And I always ask that question because it's always, it seems like the thing that they thought about sometimes when they were younger, sometimes it seems to have materialized as an adult. And so I'm always interested to see, what you thought of, when you were a kid versus what it is that you're doing now. I'm totally off track than what it is that I saw of myself. But, anyway, but one thing is for sure, purpose has its way of finding you. It has its way of finding you. And when
Right.
you and it's that thing, to me, it's that thing that's going to fulfill you. And it's often that thing that you're going to, it doesn't even matter the dollar figure. um it's that thing that you're just kind of called and drawn to, period. And Okay, I'm back. And Facebook and YouTube, I don't know if y'all can see us or if you see what's going on. But it looks like we're still in emotion. All right. Well, Derek, they almost made me lose my train of thought. Okay, but I see we're still up and running, y'all. Pardon the technical issues. I guess that's just kind of what happens every now and then when you are live. But yeah, it looks like we are back and it's still up and running, and we probably were up and running the whole time. And y'all seen us and been like, okay, what's going on? But you know what? I want to take a quick purpose break because I do see that there are a couple people in here that I'd like for us to at least say hello to. Of course, we have people that are going to definitely support us from the CSRA. I do see Dr. Rico Hall in the building, and hey there, Rico. And I saw Lord bless now bless her little heart, my mother, Miss Annie. I see her. She's in the building, and it's she's doing real good. This is the second time that she's been able to just kind of come on and catch me while on live because sometimes she'll say that she's a little technically challenged, but I think she does a little bit better than all of us sometimes. And of course, like I said, then there was Charmaine Bradbury, the purposepreneur herself. Yeah. So let me ask you a quick fun facts or a couple of things. We're gonna just kind of shoot them off here. Um, I saw that you went to Vegas a couple weeks ago for an extraordinary event. Who did you have?
I'm a 49.
49ers. 49. Now, let me ask you this too. Are you one of the 49er fans that believe that this whole game had to be rigged?
Well, I mean, it ain't even the fact of being a 49er fan to believe it had to be rigged. I mean, I'm just looking at sports all the way across the board. Like, anytime you start putting this much gambling into everything that you do, and everywhere you go, and the announcers on TV, and everybody talking about sports betting, then you already know, like, there's money out there, and it's a different type of money.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely a different type of money. Definitely a different type of money. Okay.
You know,
My house was a little divided, so my son feels like it too. Okay. And also, I guess what is it? I guess a fun fact about you that people will be surprised to know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure because the people who know me know.
The people who know
this
you know.
yeah, these podcasts and these things, this is something that's new to me because I wasn't really big on doing a lot of talking to crowds and stuff like that. But that's part of the thing of you having to get out your own way.
And
You know?
and you know what too, Derek. And I totally get it. I totally get it. Sometimes just the whole social media thing and all of that. But sometimes what I've realized is that, and sometimes we do have to get out of our own way. But when we are in our purpose, you know how I said that it is, our purpose is truly greater than ourselves, and it's for other people. You know, people want to, when you are utilizing your particular platform and you're saying the things that you're saying, or people are coming to your shop and they're sitting down and they're having conversations with you. People want to know you more, and people want to pick your brain. And so you were on a podcast before, you're on this one, and I thank you for your yes and saying yes, you'll do it. But don't be surprised when other people just start just kind of reaching out, because Our purpose tends to do that. And
Right, right.
yeah, it tends to do that. And I think it's fun and exciting just to kind of get to know you and to get to know you behind your brand. And I love the fact that I love your hustle mindset. And I wish that I had written down some of the things that you say in the morning. And it's just your morning greetings. And it's but it's always like a quote, and it always sticks, just kind of sticks with me for the day. Um, but are there any shout outs to anybody?
Well, my shout out really go to North Augusta, a place that I grew up and I watch right now. Like, I don't like to get into the names because I don't want somebody to think I'm picking and choosing, not calling. But the entire North Augusta, it's a lot of people. Some older than me, some younger than me, and I mean they're doing a phenomenal job. It's a lot of black business owners that's been in business for numerous years. Uh, it's presenting a lot of opportunities and people working together and they building and to see my city like elevate with us the way that it's doing, like it's a big pleasure. And one person I will shout out is Angel Charmaine with Speak Up Sis. She gave me my first shot at being on the magazine.
Okay.
Actually, my second magazine, but she's doing a lot of good stuff in the CSRA with her Speak Up Sis movement and bringing people together. And it's a real good friend of mine. And like I say, we all connecting in business. And for us to be where we rightfully should be as entrepreneurs and stuff, we have to learn how to work together. And sometimes pool your resources together and give out information like it won't affect you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see competition. I only see me.
I
So
love
every
that.
day it's an opportunity that I get up and I got to make myself better than how I was the day before because it's a lot of years behind me and it ain't that many in front of me. So I got to make the best out of these now.
Wow, Derrick. Wow. Wow. I love that. Any thoughts about connecting with these other business owners? Do y'all have any? And I've been away from the CSRA for quite a while. I do come and visit, maybe not as often as I should, but it would be really, really dope to just see some huge something put together. Any plans in the works? Maybe something
Yeah,
for the
so,
summer?
so we working on that now. Uh, it's just the fact that everybody pulling away from their schedules and just do something where everybody can just pull together and like I said, now it's a lot of stuff that goes on, and I pretty much just sit back in my shell and I'm starting to come out more. Like I told you, I'm big on energy and who I'm around,
Oh
and
yeah.
some places I just don't feel. I feel that I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of
For
course.
my own personal reasons, but as far as the building, like that's definitely something. Even on the last podcast I was on, that we talked about like pulling people together. I know personally, I need to get out in the community, and I mean I got a lot of knowledge. I got a lot of ideas. I can teach people a lot of stuff, but even with the kids, if I want to do something with the kids, but I want their parents to be involved also.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot. We gonna do a lot. We gonna build. We gonna get together, and we got some stuff planned.
Okay. Well, will you promise me one thing? When you guys start some planning and you want to get some things done, will you please let me know? Keep me in because I would love to be a part of the festivities. And yeah, I'd love to be able to just be connected. I'd love to be able to be connected and just to meet so many amazing people because I'm just connected to purpose like that. And yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that. And look at you making history. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It has been an absolute pleasure chatting with you this evening. Any final words to any of the purpose friends or family friends, anything?
Yeah, my final words is find your purpose. If you want peace, find your purpose. Live in your purpose, and everything else will fall in place. Uh, my rich is being happy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like money don't make me rich. Like just being happy, being at peace every day, not worrying, not stressing. Like that's sort of like my love language, just to be at peace.
I love that. I love that. And you are right. When you are operating in your purpose and you're seeking after that purpose, and then you will find that peace, honey. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Derrick, I thank you so much for being here with me and chatting up with me and talking purpose with me and encouraging some folks and dropping some nuggets as I knew you would. I thank you so very much. This has been such an honor, and I hope we get to do this again. And I
Okay,
look forward to something happening in the CSRA.
okay, no problem.
Okay. Well, purpose friends, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions for Derrick or myself, feel free to drop them. We will come back and check in with the replay of this show because lots of people will catch us on replay. So, anyway, I thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to let you know that starting next week, it's March, and March being Women's History Month and me being a woman and all this other stuff, we have some things that are lined up. So we're going to be a little different in the month of March. Instead of just that last Monday in March, we are going to start it out every single Monday in the month of March. I am showcasing some amazing sisters, my girlfriends, just amazing women that are making history. As always, I want to encourage you, and you to continue to please to seek, to discover, and to pursue your purpose on purpose. You have been watching and listening in to the Purpose Conversation. Good night, everybody. Good night, Derrick.
Good night.